Well, joining me on the news to discuss this further is Oludare Akinlaja. He is a policy analyst and managing partner of OAR&D company. Oludare, great to have you join us in the studio this evening.
It's good to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What's your assessment of, the policies, guarding Nigeria's democracy over the years? We've just heard of what happened in Plateau State, an offshoot of the 2023 elections, which I'm sure people are still analyzing.
Well, the truth is there has been progress, even if not at the pace and at the speed that we would have wanted to have. The truth is, if anybody had voted in 1999, you will understand that Nigeria has made tremendous progress with votings and our idea of democracy. In 1999, for instance.
Progress, you say?
Yeah, because in 1999, for instance, people sat in their houses and results were read. Like you just woke up and you found that somebody had entered. So there has been progress. Okay, there has been mistakes here. Some people will say maybe one step forward, 15 steps backward.
We'll disagree with you. We'll say it's gotten worse.
So worse in comparison to what? You see, because if you're saying worse, that means you're comparing it to something. Okay, for people who have watched our politics from 1999 to 2003 to 2007, now you are having people elected that, for instance, in Lagos State, you had people on a particular party, Labour Party, entering into it. It was landslide. It used to be landslide. Whoever is at the governor or vice was just landslide. Just go sleep.
The days of writing results in government house.
For instance,
ballot box stuffing.
Or ballot box stuffing. So things like the electoral law, things like the voting machine, it has not completely eradicated the challenges we have always had. But the truth is, there has been movement. The advent of technology, you are getting live updates now of what's happening around.
But are votes in Nigeria's democracy and elections still counting? Because some will say, well, the beds have led to the hunters learn to shoot without missing.
Yeah.
Since the bird doesn't perch anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe the old dog has learned new tricks.
Yeah.
To put it, that way.
Yeah.
So haven't we seen the evolution of the methods of disenfranchising Nigerians? Yes.
The truth is this. Okay, so since we are comparing things, we should always put other things side by side with it. If you look at America, for instance, America had to keep tweaking its constitution because once there's a loophole, they make adjustments. Once there's a loophole, they make adjustments. I think what's happening in Nigeria is that notwithstanding the loopholes, we don't make these adjustments. Or maybe we get carried away with just voting and forget that adjustments need to be made. Let me give you a practical example. Now, many years ago, certain young people of certain age ranges could not run for office. Okay? Now, a group of people said to themselves, instead of us keep complaining about this, what did we do? We went to the Senate and passed a bill, which is a not too young to run bill. Okay, so adjustments need to keep being made. The electoral laws, adjustments. For instance, I expect us to begin to look at it and say, you know what, another election is coming. What did we learn from 2023? Or what loopholes did the electoral law and constitution give in 2023 that must not arise in 2027?
So you're talking about loopholes in the electoral law.
Yeah.
When it comes to policy drafting and passing of laws, what is Nigeria missing? What are we getting wrong?
The people are not taking part.
In the process?
Why not? Why not? And constitutionally, people should be part of pushing bills. If I'm upset with something, I should begin to engage the House, begin to engage my House of Rep members. We need to get people in participatory mode to pushing bills and policies. We can't keep living. So I have a House of Rep member that is from my state, for instance, and he pushes a particular bill. I'll call him the next day and go to him and say, what, the people should call him and say, what?
But how will people be interested in pushing these bills when they've lost faith in the process? The people have given up.
But they have not tried this.
People have given up. They've said, you know what, by vote didn't count. What is going to be the result or the advantage of me trying the system? There's nothing there for me. And they've given up.
Sir, we forget that Peter Obi in his first time running for president almost beat the PDP candidate, even with the rigged figures. That's what can happen when people push. But what always happens is that we'll always wait And the people who control the narrative have perfected the act of making us throw up our hands in defeat. Oh, they won't come back again. Once we make them free for sale, they're fine. But see, we're almost there. Look at the figures. Even with the rigging, look at the figures. Or even with people, look at the figures. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. People need to start participating. We might not get it the first time. It might not even be in our time, but we are part of a fight to push for policies and bills that can help us.
Do we have a policy and law problem, or do we have a people, system, institution/value problem? Because of course, people who make up institutions and structures.
Guess what? I still had this discussion today, and people who are for and people who are against, people who completely feel that it's a leadership problem, people who feel that the people should put pressure on leadership to do what it wants. But the truth is, we have so many pieces moving at the same time, okay? And the people who, I always say this, the people who hold Nigeria to ransom understand Nigeria more than we who want it to change. They know what piece, they know what piece to move. They know what adjustments to make. Because Nigeria is massive. The psychology is deep. And these politicians or people who hold the ace understand the psychology of the nation. They know what adjustments to make. That's why with something like what happened with Peter Obi and Labour Party and what happened last elections, caught them by, because it was a move that brought a new piece into their strategy. Okay? So we shouldn't relent and then say, oh, our votes don't count. For people to have been able to make the government or the people in power uncomfortable at that moment means that if we keep, I don't want to say apply pressure, because when you say apply pressure now, it just simply means pushing with force. But if we apply pressure with tactics, with strategy, and with consistency, it will crack.
Let's see how it goes. Oludare Akinlaja, you have so much hope, and I hope that translates to the man out there on the street. Thank you so very kindly for your time today.
Thank you for having me, Kofi. Thank you.